Okay, let's look at something that's not even a line. Okay, now this definitely is Algebra 1 type of equations. Okay, let's look at a function that's not a line. Let's look at g of x. Doesn't matter if you use f for g or another letter. Okay, it still represents a function. So let's look at the function g of x is equal to x squared minus 1. Okay, go ahead and find g of 1 and g of 2. Okay, that just means put the number in for x and see what you get. Okay, you may want to pause if you want to. Okay, if I put 1 in for x, I'm going to go 1. I found this really good trick. If you click Control and the period, you'll get an exponent. And then if you click Control and period again, it'll take that exponent away. Okay, so there's x squared minus 1. So I'm putting 1 in. 1 squared minus 1. Okay, do what the exponent first. 1 squared is 1 times 1. 1 minus 1 equals 0. Okay, g of 2. Put 2 in for x. Okay, 2 squared minus 1. Okay, I'm typing in 2. And then I'm going to type the control in my period to get my exponent. So that would give me 2 squared. Control period again to take off the exponent. So it's 2 squared minus 1. Okay, 2 squared would be 2 times 2, 4. Minus 1 equals 3. Now look at it over here on the graph. Here's a graph of y equals x squared minus 1, or g of x is equal to x squared minus 1. Okay, g of 1 is 0, because if you look at 1 on the x value as the x value, the graph would have a y value of 0. Okay, g of 2 is equal to 3. Okay, if you find 2 as an x value, the function value would be the y value of 3. Okay. Okay, go ahead and think about what the domain and range would be. Domain is all the x values represented on the graph. The range is the y values represented on the graph. Okay, you may want to click the video, pause it to kind of think about it. Okay, the domain. Okay, think about the x-axis. Think about the numbers along the x-axis. Think about which numbers on the x-axis would be associated with a point on the graph. Well, all of the x values I see have a point either right above or right below it, right? Well, you may not know this, but this pattern, this kind of curve, it goes on forever upward in that same, well, it just keeps going upward. This kind of keeps going upward like this too. So it's just understood that every x value would be represented. So I'm going to put the domain is all numbers. Okay, the range. Think about the y values. This actually doesn't work quite as easy as the others. Well, I see for the y value of -1, there's at least 1 point on the graph. And for 0 and everything in between. And for 1, and for 2, and for 3, and for 4, and it goes on forever. This graph goes up, goes on forever. But look what y values don't have a point associated with it. Anything down here? Anything underneath -1? So the only numbers that work for the range is the y values that are -1 and larger. Okay, -1 and numbers larger than that. Okay, I can't do a greater than or equal to symbol, so I'll just write it in words. The range. Y values greater than or equal to -1. Okay, that's the domain and the range. Okay, try one more. Try number 9.